Last week here on Monster Truck Outlaws Spin Master Series, we saw Ryan Johnson getting the win over Jalen Prazek in the Bulldozer. Ryan Johnson looking really strong in his brand new double-decker. Can he do it again and win again, or will somebody else come out on top this week? Coming up in round number one, we got Ethan Wagner and Dragon Ice out of the Dragon's Lair team. His dad, Rich Wagner, keeping the truck nice and tight for him. And he's going to be facing last week's winner, Ryan Johnson, in double-decker. So he's going to move on to round number two. Here they go down the stretch. And it looks like Ryan Johnson's going to move on to round number two. Ethan getting out of shape on the cars. Coming up next, we got Rudy Zilligy and his brand new Saigon Shaker. His newly formed team, Thick and Thin Racing. His girlfriend Savannah on it with him. And he's going to be facing Timothy Cantwell and the Bounty Hunter, who's also created a team this season with his wife, and it's called Wild West Racing. So who's going to move on to round two. Here they go down the stretch, pretty close, but Rudy's going to get out of shape and get on his lid over on the cars. Timothy's going to move on to round number two. Here we have Joshua Stewart coming back in his Soldier Fortune, leader of Stewart Racing. His wife is on the team as well. And here you see newcomer Krista Roberts, the wife of Timothy, driving Scarlet Bandit. Also on the team with Timothy of Wild West Racing. Brand new team out here. They're looking to do good. Let's see, coming down the stretch, Joshua's going to pull it on her all the way. She does the front flip and rolls it over. Joshua's moving on to round number two. Here we have Savannah and her brand new Kraken machine out of Thick and Thin Racing. She is last season's champion. She's looking to win here again. But she's got to face the new kid on the block, Liam Sturman, in the brand new Radical Rescue. Here they come down the stretch. Liam gets all out of shape on the cars. Savannah's going to flip across the finish line, but nonetheless, she's going to move on. Here we have Jeffrey Skipper and his brand new Avenger machine. Sweet looking ride. He's out of the newly formed team, Blakester Motorsports. These guys all do so well together. He is set to face off against Regina Stewart and her Stinger Unleashed out of the always improving Stewart Racing team. Here they come down the stretch. Such a close race. They both do front flips across the line. And matter of fact, they were moonwalking to the line. And Jeffrey's going to get there first, barely. Moving on in round two. Here we have Jason Craddock and his brand new Blue Thunder. He just saw his teammate Jeffrey get a win, so he wants to do the same here with Blakester Motorsports. But he's got to face the new kid, Nugget, and his zombie machine. Always some nice running equipment. His uncle Shaggy and brother Peanut always keep it running tight for him. Here they come down the stretch. Jason gets out of shape on the cars. Nugget pulls a front flip, but nonetheless gets across the line and moves on to round number two. Here we have Blake Willis with his Mohawk Warrior, leader of Blakester Motorsports. This team's always looking good as well. He's set to take on Joshua Wells and the Backwards Bob machine. Such a crazy looking truck. Here they come down the stretch. Blake with a nice wheel stand on the cars. Gets out of shape, saves it nonetheless. Joshua Wells is going to move on. Here we see Chris Baluk and his Stone Crusher machine. He's set to take on Jalen Prazek and the Bulldozer. Two pretty fast looking trucks, but who's going to move on to round two? Down the stretch, Chris Baluk gets stuck on the cars a little bit. Jalen's moving on. Here we are in round number two with Timothy Cantwell coming back with his Bounty Hunter. He's set to take on last week's winner, Ryan Johnson, in the double-decker. Who's going to move into the semis? Here they come down the stretch, fairly even. Ryan gets out of shape, rolls over on the cars over to the side. Timothy Cantwell's moving on to the semifinals. Here we have Savannah and Kraken. She's set to take on Joshua Stewart and the Soldier Fortune. Who's going to move on to face Bounty Hunter? Down the stretch, pretty tight race. Looks like Joshua goes to the right a little, got a little out of shape. Savannah's moving on. Here we have Nugget coming back in the Zombie. He's set to take on Jeffrey Skipper and the awesome looking Avenger. Here they come down the stretch. Nugget getting out of shape a little bit. Rolls it over. Jeffrey's going to move on to the semis. Here we have Joshua Wells coming back with the backwards ball machine. And he's set to take on Jalen Prazek in the Brodozer. This kid's looking pretty good behind the wheel. Here they come down the stretch. Joshua pulled the lead a little bit, looking close toward the end, but Jalen got out of shape and got into the wall and rolled it over. Joshua's going to move on. Here we are in the semifinals with Savannah and her Kraken machine. She's set to take on Timothy Cantwell and his Bounty Hunter machine. Both of them looking pretty good today. Who's going to move on into the finals? Here they come down the stretch. Savannah gets out of shape, but she saves it, but that's not going to get her the win. Timothy is in the finals. Who's going to join him? Will it be Jeffrey Skipper in the Avenger machine? Or is it going to be Joshua Wells in the backwards bob machine? We're about to find out right here. Here they come down the stretch. Pretty tight race, but Joshua Wells gets out of shape and Jeffrey Skipper is going to be here in the finals. And here is the finals with Jeffrey Skipper in the Avenger machine. And he is set to take on Timothy Cantwell in the Bounty Hunter. Who was going to win week number 2 of Spin Master Outlaws? Here they come down the stretch. Timothy gets out of shape and rolls it on the cars. And Jeffrey Skipper pulls a front flip and barely gets across the line. Congratulations to Jeffrey Skipper in the Avenger machine. He definitely made the right call by joining Blakesters Motorsports, and he is looking forward to the rest of the season. Now, thank you guys so much for the support. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you guys.